Alright, today's project here, I'm working on this Generac GP6500, and this is a generator that I use when the power goes out to keep my well pump running, my boiler pumps circulating, keep the house warm, and keep the fridges and freezers from going warm. So symptoms are that it only runs on starter fluid. So I removed the filter and squirt a little starter fluid in there. It'll run as long as it has a steady stream of fluid, and that's probably a sign that it's either A, not getting gas, or B, the carb is gummed up. I don't run non-ethanol fuel in pretty much any of my small engine equipment, and I very rarely have any problems. So I'm guessing that might be the case, but to take a look at the carb here and the fuel situation, I basically took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 8mm nuts off, and that allows you to remove the filter rack. And then there's another 2 10mm nuts that hold the carburetor or the filter housing and the carburetor on. And then there's one 10mm nut in the back here on this little angle bracket here. So remove those 3 10mm nuts, and then your filter housing will pull right off, and that will leave us our carburetor exposed here. So there's a spring, and then this should pivot, and this should pop right out of there like so. So that just slides down in. It captures itself inside of this little slot here. Hopefully you guys can see that. My big hand's probably in the way, but you pivot that, and then that linkage should come right up out of there like so. So the only thing holding this on now is the fuel line, which will remove that like so. Oh, that's not really what I wanted to. Prop that up there so it's not leaking all over. And this should come right off now. This is the secret to me killing nice bucks. I get my hands covered in gasoline prior to going out in the woods, and that usually brings them right in. I want to take the bowl off, but I couldn't get it. These Phillips head screws loose with a Phillips head screwdriver. I was starting to strip the head out there, so sometimes I just take a pair of needle nose vice grips if you can get on them and get them started that way, and then you can go back on them with a screwdriver, usually no problem. Alright, got that loosened up. This is a 14 mil or 9/16 probably would work. There's some crud in there. I don't know if it's as bad as I thought it was going to be, but definitely enough that it could have clogged up some jets or something. I'm waiting for the air compressor. I want to remove this petcock. Hopefully without making a huge mess. of gas out of the carb. There really shouldn't be much in there. I guess I did put some in there. I probably put new fuel in on top of the old fuel, so now unfortunately it's gonna all be bad. I bet there's not more than 1.5 gallons in there though. But I want to try this with fresh fuel is my thought process when I get it back together. It's not showing any signs of slowing down, which is kind of scary. Really don't want gas all over the garage floor. Oh, we're gonna have to try that because I gotta get this thing back up in there. Not great. Should be enough to run it though, I would think. Fuel's on. Kill switch is on. I think we got oil. I can't really tell though. I'm gonna call that goody probably enough. There's no way it's getting fuel still. Same result as before. Alright, so I got this whole tune-up kit because it would not start even after I cleaned that carb. I didn't do a really good job of cleaning it, but it comes with a spark plug, new carb, new fuel filter, new fuel line, new kill switch, new, what is that? Basically everything you need, so. back together with the Chinese carb. See if she fires. Well, it's like when I took it off full choke, it started to want to cut out. But, I mean, the filters are going to choke it down a little too, so I wonder if, you know, once I get the filters on, then when I get it all the way off to choke all the way off, maybe it'll want to run a little better then. So I'm going to try putting all this airbox stuff back on, and then we'll see how it runs. All right, this thing's been sitting for about 2 months since I put that new carburetor on. So I guess this is going to be the real test here. Let's see if it actually still starts. Come on. Got the choke in the right position. When you guys fill your gas cans up for small engine stuff like chainsaws, weed eaters, leaf blowers, lawnmower, stuff like that, do you put non-ethanol fuel in, or do you just put whatever is at the pump, generally 10 to sometimes 15% ethanol fuel? Leave it in the comments. Let me know what you guys do. I'm actually really curious, just because I don't spend the extra money almost ever. I don't put it in my dirt bike. I put 93 in some stuff, like maybe in my dirt bike, side-by-side ebb once in a while, but generally even that, I'll just run 87 with ethanol or whatever. But almost never do I put anything other than 87 in almost anything, and I've very rarely had issues. Like you saw, when I just fixed that generator and I got on there, I was going to do a tune-up for it anyway, and I got on there. I think the tune-up kit was like $15, and you could get the carburetor for 25, you know, and the tune-up kit for 25. So it was like a no-brainer to me. I'll leave a link in the description below if you guys are interested in where I got that tune-up kit. Yeah, so I just got off the phone with the local place that one of the only places I know that sells non-ethanol fuel in the near vicinity here, and it was $4.33 a gallon for non-ethanol, and it was $3.33 for regular pump gas. So, you know, that's kind of a no-brainer for how much I buy over the course of a summer. I'll take the chance, and if I have to fix something or pull the carburetor off, I'll do that. But I'm not gonna spend, you know, $1 extra a gallon for how much I use. So anyway, just kind of had me thinking. So like I said, let me know what you guys do on your own small equipment. And there's probably no right or wrong answer, just something to think about. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you next time.